Hello there, fellow relic hunters. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Odyssey, the Pilgrim ship. Episode 24. A Worshipful Tribal Meets His God. So I feel like I've been using my time pretty wisely, waiting for Mag's conversion. But pretty soon I'm going to run out of patience and just like arrest her, and then dump her to the next tile. Wherever the hack for the long blade is. So that we don't sit around forever waiting for her to be re-recruited. Gone Wild is kind of like an annoying one for that reason, because you're sort of stuck in limbo unless you have a good animal handler. And I don't always have a good animal handler. You are going to be converted. What to do with the crash or the Gubia. Is that their name? Yeah. Colonist, slave, sold. All three are perfectly viable. My miners don't have anything left to do. A prison break, Gubia and Haplo. Well, hey. Don't kill them, but there goes one. Here, you want a prison break? Just come on out. Come on. There we go. No permanent damage, perfect. Skyra, you were trying to medical tend. Weird, you're not even assigned to medicine. And it looks like I'm just going to call that one early. You guys overwhelmingly are like, colonist! And yeah, I'm all for it, because shooting 11 makes for a good murderer. So, updating the priority, we are tame Mag and go to the Longblade. Maybe not in that order, I'm not sure. No refugees. We also have like an absolutely stupid amount of gold. So if there's a tribute collector that comes by, we can always just hand over gold for the rep we need in order to become an Archon. Am I out? No, I still have more dyes. So we're just waiting for Liara to dye up the remaining... Yep, there she goes. The Purple People Eater. I have a feeling like Ink is spending so much time messing with the wildlife here that she's not making periodic attempts at getting Mag back. No, interacted too recently. Never mind, I take that back. What's funny is the heat wave and the climate adjuster are working against one another. The climate adjuster is making it cooler, and the heat wave's making it warmer, and they're working in opposite directions, and it's only really to my benefit. Now that we're back up with a lot of meat, given that all of our temporary guests are gone, I'll continue making chem fuel out of meat and top up our chem fuel that way, so that we can launch without having to refuel. Because the next place we're likely to go to is orbit again. Which basically has no food. So this is another mech cluster that would be really easy to defeat. Part of me wants to just, like, do it, but I don't have a smoke launcher on hand. What is the skill to get smoke launcher? Crafting 4? Oh, you know what? That's fine. Skyra, you make a smoke launcher for me. Because there's a mech birther, a mech capsule, and a call, but, like, that's about it. A drop beacon. There really isn't much, and it could be a good source of plasteel. So I'm not necessarily against the idea of just, like, killing it for plasteel. The reason not to do it, I just realized, is it does put Mag's life in danger if she's out there, and mechs decide to target her, because they've already done that once. So I might need to arrest Mag to mitigate that possibility. Unfortunately, with the heat wave as it is, she's heat stroked, and there's like nowhere to put another prisoner. So I would have to figure that as well. Your worry is that she's leaving the map tile? I don't think she will, but if she does, she does. It'd be weird that we like rescued her mother and then she just bailed. But a wee bit par for the course, given how everything's gone so far. She's incapacitated? Oh, she... heat stroke plus food poisoning? Yeah, I'll rescue her. That'll be weird. But we do have a bed on our ship. So, I think what we'll do is launch. And then we'll deal with the, Oh my god, that's so much meat. What do you hold on, guys. Haul it, please. We'll deal with the next step, at the new map tile. Oh, no, she joined. Why is she naked? Where did her gear go? She had like a full set of armor. Did she just... Oh, she stripped it off and okay. Yep. Yep. It's fine. So the other thing is I wanted to have a production specialist before I start to use the Thrumbo for quality. And I still do. But, but yeah, so there is clothing for her to wear. Now that she's back. Fix her work priority, and we can obviously get out of here. There's nothing really keeping us to this map tile anymore. So, animals get murdered. And then we'll bail. Welcome back. And then here's your weapon. Just waiting on the animals to get butchered, and then we can depart. So, quests, secret compound, except that is like near adjacent. It's like a 100 chem fuel hop, so that's no problem at all. Did we get the gold ore? Yeah, we got it. Look at our gold amount, 932. Ooh, Haplo's at resistance 0. Haplo is about to join. Zone her. Good call. Not that there was any reason for her to go up there, but yeah. Good call. Alright, we got the last of the Tinctoria. So we have 79 Tinctoria left, which is a pretty healthy amount for more of our ship dying. And I'm just waiting on these animals to get butchered. I am impatient, so... Look at them cannibalizing. And Haplo's joined. So, giveaway timer for Haplo. I'm right up there. Or raffle timer, or whatever you want to call it. And good luck. So Haplo needs another bed. RM, drop one in. He is joining our shooters, so we'll give him a minigun. He is going to be a constructor. He's got a more burning passion on animal handling, so I'm going to put him in charge of that. And he is a researcher. So I will eventually get a piloting thing for him so that he can help us with research. He's a mech nerd. That's great. A mechanoid nerd. Well, that bed is not high quality, but that's fine. So now that everyone's together, all we're really waiting on is a little bit more butchery. So that we can haul in some of those, the animal corpses, and then we'll be on our way. Also, maybe get the vulture off our boat. So we're just doing a little bit more butchery so we don't waste the seals. Honestly, I don't really need the... I don't need the seals, but we'll just do it anyway. Doesn't he want a crappier bedroom? Yeah, I just don't have a good place for it. Like, I guess I could put him here. The issue with putting him in a place like this is it's not a vacuum safe, which is why I wasn't going to do it. I could put him in this hallway, I guess, but that's like kind of a shabby place to put him too. Speaking of which, we don't need 4 doors in the hallway. We only need 2. So fix that. Smoke launcher is done. And... I'm going to include it on the shelf over here. Just so that I know where it is at all times. So we're waiting on... Okay, we're all set. Launch. 65 quality, it's not amazing, but it's not terrible. And away we go. Up to the Ancient Complex. And these Ancient Complex is pretty easy. And that longsword is going to be amazing once I get one. Because it's a legendary, painless Persona blade. So, able to just murder whatever the hell we want. Let's see. Oh, perfect. It, like, aligns with the coast. I see some silver coming in. One thing I'm gonna have to get in the habit of is if there's any, like, cover in the kill box, we'll need to remove it. So there's, compacted machinery, which we're gonna want. Lots of steel, and I'll want some of the steel, but I don't need tons. There is uranium ore, which we already have a lot of. But I used up a lot. We're down. We went from like 600 to 200, so I might as well top back up. And then, yeah, let's just immediately go in here. I see no reason to slow down. Oh my god! Well, I guess this was a cult compound, and they all drank the Kool-Aid. Because there is a lot of Kool-Aid victims. Let the bodies hit the floor. Well, that was it. I mean, there's unstable fuel nodes, but apart from that, this is the whole thing. So the unstable fuel nodes, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bust open the walls before I open this thing up, so that if it does set a fire, we have like a natural fire resist for the AoE, and then we'll bust those open. Okay, 1 fuel down. 2 food down. Sweet. And now we just hack for long blade stuff. Where do we go to next? We could do Longblade, Gravcore. One or the other. And the Haplo is now Turtle. Nothing like a mech noise. Maybe I'll just name him Stochastic. He is a nerd after all. Hope you don't mind. Nerd. Oh, we got Plasteel in one of the Hermetics. Well, I didn't even see what the other Hermetics had. Silver and something that already got hauled. Maybe it was Lucy? 10 Lucy? There is a lot of wildlife to hunt here. Inspired! Now you get an Inspired Tame? Okay, yep, I'm alright. I'm alright. Whew. Just needed a moment there. And attacking immediately of a dude. Okay, well, Liara, guess what? I got a target for your bloodlust. Is he any good? Lazy and annoying voice? Yeah, I would say no. He might have good shooting stats, but nah. We don't need any of that annoying voice laziness up in here. Alright, so the secret compound is done. That logs us at 5 of 7. Or, sorry, 3 of 5? Man, my math. 5 of 7. That's a meme. That's a bit different. Just realized we need, like, lights in here. There's also some other, like, nice-to-haves. So one nice-to-have would be uranium autodoors here and here for quicker open access. And then, now that we're mining up the components from this map tile, doing this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll put in dead power, live power, and that means we have a nice array of buzzsaw murder turrets. Anything comes in and, you know, just frickin' yeah, that's how I want it. Yeah, I like the single raider. All the single raiders, line up and get shot by the Liara. This map tile is pretty boring. There's really not much here other than a few components. It does give Silent some mining training. Okay, there we go. So we got the doors. I haven't updated the home zone in a while. I kind of like the enclosing these engines, so I'm going to keep them like that. Eventually, I did mention last stream, I think it was, that I wanted to eventually enshroud all of the engines. I just don't have the I don't have the grav light or I don't have the panel privileges for that just yet. Vitals and Miner just got done. I don't have a hospital yet. We are definitely going to need to get an extender before I bother with a hospital, because there's nowhere to put a hospital right now. So it's nice to have, but there's no spot for it. And then the other thing I wanted to do, it looks like we're going to go with a Longblade. Wouldn't have been my choice, but that's fine. Research. So we got hospitals, vital monitors, and auto cannon turrets. So here we go. We've got sniper rifles if we want to snipe things. We could do long-range mineral scanning if we want to single out, like, uranium or whatever. We could do recon armor, so that we up our armor. We could do transport pods to shuttles so that we can build a shuttle for our ship. Or neural computation if you want to learn better. So you can pick between all of those options. So, have at it. And before I leave this map tile, I want to strip up the rest of the flooring and get the turrets installed so that we really have a gunboat. I think there was a lot of good stuff to shoot. So let's continue. I think our chem tanks are totally full, but what I'm going to do is, because there's a lot of game to hunt, I'm going to just make more chem fuel. Get like 1,000 chem fuel off of meat. And that gives our shooters opportunity to practice their, let's call it their craft. So the idea for these front points is eventually get a signal jammer so that we can go to the mech hive and then an orbital scanner. But I don't really have the excess power for either at the moment, which is why I have a slot for them. But in the interim, we can just like capture people to these as like a temporary prison or something like that. So they serve a purpose, but they'll serve a wider purpose later on. All right, the Worshipful Village we'll walk to. What I might end up doing is launching here next to it, so it's like a much easier quick walk. But you can't land on them. There was a bug, or maybe it was a feature, I'm not really sure which, where before like a hotfix, oh, hey, look, it's Mastodons. You could actually land on them, but because you can't relaunch your ship quickly, the Worshipful Village sends backup, and it became a situation where the Worshipful Village would send like hundreds of tribals to murder you before you could relaunch your ship, and it was just like a game over situation. So now you can't even land on the Worshipful Villages to prevent situations like that, because they were pretty funny. And Gubia, you know what? Hey, Skyra. Convert Gubia. Is ready for the recruit. Did they fix the corner bug? Yes, they also did that. That was never intended, and that has been since fixed. Okay, recon armor works for me. Locust armor is probably my favorite armor, because mobility is very important. And I'm going to go ahead and launch. No, I'm going to wait for more of the uranium to be mined up. We're slowly building a uranium-based ship, so I might as well just get as much uranium as I can before I launch. Plus, we're not done with all the silver and steel. I have a lot of silver. I really hope that I get, like, trade opportunities, because we straight up haven't yet, and it's been a real pain. Because I have a ship full of crap, and no one to sell it to. You wanted the flooring? This? Yeah, I got that. It's more the uranium, because it'd be... Locust armor, for instance, is made of uranium. Most of the power armors are. So having a huge supply of uranium, both so that I can build out the ship, and also so that I can, you know, armor the ship, etc. You know, we're using uranium like 10 different ways here. What's up, Mag? You ate without a table and you're wet? Oh no. Should we call your mommy? Have her pick you up from daycare? It's funny because her mommy is also the colony's Chamberlain. Metal tiles from faster cleaning? So the grav substructure isn't terrible to clean. It's a 90%. Whereas, like, metal tiles might be a 60%. So it's faster, but, like, not by enough of them are. It's not like straw versus, you know, stone or something. And all it would really do is tie up our steel, which we have none of at the moment. To that end, once we go to the Worshipful Village hub, I'll have to mine up a bunch of steel because we're basically out. Yeah, the grav ship's substructure is like really not bad. There's nothing it's not ugly. It's, you know, neutral beauty. It's slightly faster than average cleaning time. So although it looks like corrugated metal, which is super confusing for like a high-tech ship, which is probably my greatest critique of it, it is functionally fine. I just don't know why you would want like a corrugated metal ship. So like that's just why shouldn't it be? I mean, the thing is, it's made of gravlite panels, and panels generally go over the thing. You generally don't have substructure panels, you have panels on top. So you would think there'd be like a steel substructure with a gravlite panel on top, meaning the gravlite panels should look more like sterile tiles, but maybe like hexagonal, like kind of like how the ideology flooring for Hex looks, but like white, like sterile tiles or something. Maybe it's non-slip. I guess. I mean, the amount of blood that's shed in this colony, I suppose that could be helpful, but it does have me rightfully confused. Could I use the Inspired Tamer for the Mastodon, just for the meat? Let's see. Would that be possible? No. 8. Yes, it would be possible. Ink. Well, actually, we're really low on animals, too. So, let's stop making that. Top up our meat, and then do the launch. Well, because there'll be animals where we're headed, so I don't really need to top up my meat right now. We'll have Ink go touch an animal. I know how that sounds. All right, Ink, go. Yeah, silver-colored hex tiles that maybe had like a gray grid or something like that could look really nice. Much better than like what currently is. Oh, how you trusted me and then I stabbed you in the back. Swing. All right, before we depart, our dear leader calls for a throne speech that we have to band together and murder the worshipful villagers. Because, you know, that's what we're doing. So coast makes no difference. We'll go for the cheaper. And that was an encouraging throne speech. She just encouraged everyone to murder tribals. Love it. 1010 would have this speech again. So I know that we're pretty low on steel, pretty low on components. So parking here wouldn't be bad, because there's lots of steel and components in that mountainside. Before I make that decision, pull that trigger, just analyzing... Yeah, no, the rest of the map tile is pretty boring, so that will work. I'm going to need to leave one non-slave behind so that the slaves are attended. Otherwise, it's like massive uprising territory. So... Stochastic, you're going to be left behind. You have a shooting of 2, so I think if anyone's left behind, it's you. Meaning... This is going to be a little weird, but form caravan over to the Worshipful Village. I don't intend to be gone very long, because it is, like, next door. So we're going to bring a few meals, but, like, that's about it. And maybe 4 go juice. And then, with that in mind, Stochastic, you are temporarily going to have to be a warden. Because otherwise we have no wardens for Ubia. Did you think there was ancient danger here? I don't see anything that looks like one. Eternal Agony. This is piercing arrows, lightweight and ugly. Oh, this thing? No, that's not Ancient Danger, I don't think. Ancient Dangers, I've never seen one made of steel. No, it's not. Ancient Danger is always stone. Because if they were steel, they could, burn down from forest fires and then release the crap on you, which would be real rough, to deal with. Alright. Oh, frickin' Water Temple. Goddamn Water Nation. Well, I guess we're the Fire Nation, because break fires... How is there one guy here? What the hell? Did you forget? Alright, fine, whatever. I'll take the win. I can always far skip home, so I'll just, like, murder the guy and then we'll leave. But this seems super broken to me. This needs to be hot fixed. There's supposed to be, like, a dozen worshipful villagers here. It's just a guy named Panther. Was a guy named Panther. Like literally I was like, oh, this it? Bang! We're done. Okay, well, cool. I guess I won't bother far skipping, because, like, why waste the side focus? I don't even want your pemmican, to be honest. Don't care. Ta-da! We did it! The secret silicon. So now we have 4 out of 5. Pretty good. Pretty good. And we're already back. Yeah, that was a broken quest site. I feel like it's not my fault. I didn't do anything, but I feel dirty just like taking advantage of how broken that was. It was a zero effort fight if I've ever seen one. It did sort of low-key look like we swam back. That was funny. We entered from the deep water. We killed the Water Nation and we absorbed their power. So there's not a lot of time left in the stream, but in terms of points of interest, there are 2 grav cores right above us. So instead of, like, venturing to somewhere far away, it makes the most sense in my mind to go to the grav core next. So, head to an orbital grav core, which means stocking up on chem fuel, which we've already done, and then subsequently stocking up on meat. Making sure that we have plenty of food to eat. Which means hunting the animals on this map tile. I might need to do group hunt of Mastodon. In fact, that actually just sounds more fun than killing bison. How fast do you guys move before I, like, pull? You move faster than a human can move. Challenge accepted. Now, can you move that fast while you're wounded? One down to... Oh god, don't shoot me. Yeah, they're all dead. Mastodon. And I'm pretty sure Mastodon tusks are weapons, so Mastodon tusk and Thrumbo horns should be stored in Liara's bedroom, which is essentially like our weapon locker. So that the slaves don't go, ooh, I'll escape. Alright, are there other ores here that I haven't seen? No regular ores. No jade. No compacted plasteel. Okay. The other thing I wanted to do is all of the uranium grav halls, I think I'll dye purple. Even if they're not in the front. Just for, like, continuity's sake. I wish it was like, it's technically a slightly different shade, but it's like barely noticeably different. Which makes it really, really challenging to tell. Okay, so uranium. There's one more wall there that hadn't died. And then likewise one on... Oh no, that one. Okay, that's wrong. This should be steel. Okay, cool. All fixed. What's my wealth? Good question. My wealth is 220k. So high, but not absurdly. Turtle still a warden? Good call. He's not any longer. And then Skyra is not really any... Because, you know, Liara is just better at it, so... So I think I'm going to hold on to the uranium that I have right now and not spend it so that we can invest it in armor rather than invest it more in the ship's skin. Because I'd rather have like locust armor. Because the whole front of the ship is uranium. All the purple stuff is uranium. Now it's all color-coded. And with all of that Mastodon leather, which is pretty good sharp and heat, let's launch work frenzy. And we are headed to the abandoned orbital grav 4, which upon arrival is where I'm gonna leave off, because I'm just about out of time. But we didn't do a ton of like ship stuff, and obviously we had a lot of like accidental death, like 2 deaths that are totally on me. One was like, I forgot that a breach axe does way too much damage and just like one-popped Atla. And then the other one was an illness and then a botched surgery, which is honestly like a bit of a freak accident. But obviously that error is on me as well. So we'll park it here. I'm just making sure that there's no immediate hostile threats, which there aren't. I'm in absolute dire need of trade, but there should be an opportunity to load pods that are on this platform and gift things to people for rep or something. But this, friends, is where I'm going to leave off. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Odyssey, the Pilgrim ship, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel. and made it all the way to the credits, thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, fellow Liara faithful.